With 1 week left before the wedding, my maid of honor and best friend, Lena, flew in from Boston to help me wrap up the final wedding prep.
Sarah, check that for me, will you? If it's just some telemarketer, just hang up.
What's the matter? Afraid I'll finally find out about your secret boyfriend?
I've been craving you all day. How about we try this tonight?
In that moment, I went cold, because that voice wasn't a stranger's. It was Caden, my fiancé, the man I was supposed to marry in 7 days. The shower was still running, every splash echoing like a hammer against my heart. I stared at the screen, watching Caden use an alias I didn't recognize to assess Lena. Suddenly, they both felt like complete strangers to me. A part of me still tried to find an out. Was I mistaken? Could it just be a voice that sounded like his? After all, Lena and I grew up together. She'd never even had a boyfriend. She always said relationships weren't her thing.
Relationships are a total waste of time. I'm staying single.
Hey there, I'm Caden, Sarah's boyfriend.
So this is the guy. I'm not exactly blown away.
Caden, you better treat Sarah right. Otherwise, you'll have me to deal with. That first meeting was a disaster. Even now, Caden still snouts at the mention of her name, acting like he can't stand to be in the same room as her. I tossed her phone back like it had electrocuted me. Trembling, I grabbed my own phone, scrambled through my contacts for Caden, and hit the FaceTime icon. He picked up after a few rings.
Hey babe.
The neon glow of an upscale Manhattan bar filled the background. Over the clinking of glasses and muffled laughter. He panned the camera around, showing a few of the groomsmen waving their drinks at me.
Sarah's just checking up on you, Caden. Don't worry, Sarah. We've got him on a short leash. The guy's obsessed with you, honestly. You've got nothing to worry about. Cheers.
Hey babe, miss me yet? Because I'm dying over here. I've been trying to get these guys to wrap up this boring party so I could get back home to you.
Don't let me distract you. Try not to overdo it tonight. I shouldn't be doing this. I shouldn't be doubting Caden, or our love, or the sacred vows we're about to take. Caden, what do you honestly think of Lena?
Lena? I heard she was seeing someone, but who knows? She's been gunning for me since day one. I couldn't care less about her life. If it weren't for you, I'd be happy never hearing her name again.
Anyway, babe, Eve gotta go handle something. I'll bring you a surprise when I get back, that limited edition bag you've been eyeing.
The screen went black. I walked to the window, staring into the void of the night. Those messages were like a fog I couldn't escape. Before I could even process it, I felt a hand on my shoulder.
Sarah? Who was that on the phone?
Those messages were like a fog I couldn't escape. Before I could even process it, I felt a hand on my shoulder.
Sarah? Who was that on the phone?
Lena had already changed. The girl who lived in sneakers and oversized hoodies was now standing there in a skin-tight bodykin dress, stilettos, and a heavy smoky eye. Looking at this complete stranger who used to be my best friend, I couldn't keep quiet. Lena, are you going on a date? That guy, he just doesn't feel right. Don't do anything reckless.
Sarah, we're best friends, but just because you're getting married doesn't give you the right to police my life.
What? Can't you stand the thought of me being happy? I took time off and flew in all the way from Boston for you, and this is the thanks I get? Lena, wait! That's not what I meant at all!
By the time I got outside, Lena's car was long gone. Only the biting wind swept through the empty lot. I stood there, shivering, still reeling from why she'd snapped like that. Suddenly, the crushing fear of losing her took hold of me. Then the location from her phone flashed in my mind, that 5-star resort in Montauk, along with the message, "Tonight, let's try something wild." I was terrified she was being played, but even more terrified that this would be the end of our friendship. Outside of my parents, she was the person I cared about most in this world. If I had to choose between her or Caden, I'd drop him in a heartbeat. I turned back, grabbed my keys without even picking up a coat, and drove straight toward the hotel. I pulled up outside the resort and immediately spotted Lena's car parked nearby. I reached for my seatbelt, ready to get out. Then, my heart stopped. He was kissing her. Caden, who was supposed to be in Manhattan, was standing right there, pulled Lena into his arms and kissed her. The man behind that anonymous account really was him. Caden was actually with Lena. Caden, who was supposed to be in Manhattan, was standing right there, pulled Lena into his arms and kissed her. The man behind that anonymous account really was him. Caden was actually with Lena. I sat behind the wheel, my hands trembling uncontrollably. I cut the engine and sank back into my seat, letting the shadows swallow me as I kept my eyes locked on the two of them by the entrance.
Cold?
Not with you here.
How'd you manage to slip away tonight? Why would she let you leave? It's your first night back.
A little tantrum, a bit of drama, and I was out the door. You know how much Sarah cares about me. I bet she's at home crying right now, terrified that I'm actually mad at her.
Because I was so afraid of losing her, because I valued our friendship so much, I'd become nothing more than a punchline to her. My chest felt like it had been ripped wide open. I could barely breathe, but I still wasn't ready to let go. I was still waiting to hear what Caden would say.
All right. She's still been your best friend for years. You're wicked. But I like that about you.
Watching Caden hold Lena in his arms pulled me back to the very first day I met him.
Sarah, the one thing I loathe most in this world is infidelity. My dad had an affair with my mom's best friend, and when he got caught, he just abandoned us. Neither of them wanted me. I was just a burden they kept passing back and forth. You wouldn't understand, Sarah. You come from this perfect family. My life has been broken from the start.
Caden, someone is going to love you. She'll pick up every broken piece of you and say, "This one is mine, and so is this one." And she'll stay by your side until you're whole again. You're going to be happy.
After that, Caden spent a long time chasing me, so long that eventually everyone was rooting for us. Once, I mentioned I was craving a cheesesteak from that one spot, and he drove through a literal blizzard just to bring it to my door. When he was starting his company, he was so broke he could barely make rent. He lived off discounted canned food. Yet for my birthday, he spent every last cent he had on an expensive cake just to see me smile. One night, the power went out and I was paralyzed with fear in the dark. He was away on business in California, but he caught a red-eye back just to hold me and whisper, "Don't be scared." Then he rushed right back to catch the earliest flight for his morning meeting. Every memory, every single moment, all the little details that made me think I could love him forever now cut like knives. I watched him pull Lena close as they stepped through the revolving doors, and the tears finally broke. I sat in the car while he stood just inside those doors. We were only 30 yards apart, yet separated by the ruins of a love and a friendship I once thought were unbreakable. I sat in the car while he stood just inside those doors. We were only 30 yards apart, yet separated by the ruins of a love and a friendship I once thought were unbreakable.
I have to take this. Give me a second. I told you, I'll never ignore Sarah's calls. Lena, that was the deal from the start. Hey babe, what's up? Miss me already? I'm catching an early train back tomorrow morning, and I picked up a little something for you. You're going to love it.
I couldn't wrap my head around how someone's heart could be so split.
How could the man who swore he loathed betrayal more than anything become the very thing he hated? Caden, did you ever actually love me?
Sarah, you there? Is everything okay?
Caden, do you love me? Would you ever betray me?
Sarah, I will never let you down. I love you. I'm never going to be like my father. No cheating, no lies. I'm yours, Sarah, always and forever.
And I believed him. I bought into it completely, thinking he was the only one for me. Caden let out a sharp, muffled groan, his breathing turning heavy as he forced out an answer.
Sarah, you're overthinking things. I'll be home tomorrow, okay? Sarah, the signal's terrible. I'll call you later. In that much of a rush, are we, babe? Fine. Let's go handle that right now.
I just sat there, paralyzed, watching the man I loved and the friend I trusted all over each other before disappearing into the elevator. I didn't move.
I stayed in that car all night, until the sun came up.
They were laughing, like the whole thing was some hilarious inside joke, already plotting the next time they'd have to lie to my face to get away.
Who would have thought? Lena looks like such a plain Jane usually, but in that dress? Her body's even crazier than Sarah's.
Ugh, don't even compare me to Sarah. Not everyone is that high-maintaining. She needs someone to baby her constantly.
And just like that, I didn't want to hold back anymore.